Today's preparation is appam or rice hopper. So for this, I am preparing using yeast, active yeast, or from Edmund's active yeast, and some people use if toddy is available, they use toddy to ferment it, or you can if nothing is available, then they use baking soda. The ingredients for appam, I am using about this is 500 grams of raw rice, or you can use basmati rice. Um, Raw rice, I have soaked it for about 4.5, 5 hours, and this is cooked rice, about one small cup of cooked rice, and this little sugar, 1 tablespoon of sugar, little salt. This is 1 can of milk. This is 425 ml can of milk, or you can use fresh coconut milk, juice of 1/2 coconut. This thick juice, I've got thick juice here, and 1 egg. So white of the egg, I'll beat it and put it tomorrow later on after it is fermented. Just before frying, I will add it. And this is yeast. So I'll use about 1 teaspoon of yeast in lukewarm water and little sugar. And once it starts rising, the yeast, I'll drop it in the ground rice. So the rice, I'll grind it with coconut milk and little salt, and then it should be slightly not very thin. So and this is the pan which I'm going to use. This appam pan is a non-stick pan. You get a traditional pan also, which is non-stick. If you don't have a appam pan, you can use even a small wok. So, and I've also kept a old handkerchief, clean handkerchief, and or you can use a small cloth, and fry the egg in the pan, and then drop it in the small cloth and tie it with a string, and that can be, you dip it in oil and use it for the pan. So that can be used. Put it in the small plastic container, keep it in the refrigerator. You can use it again and again whenever you want to fry, use the pan. So you need little oil to apply on the pan before frying. So let's start with grinding. Again, the rice, I forgot to mention, I have washed and soaked it for about 4-5 hours. Now drain the water, and I'm using the rice. I've got little of the rice, then little cooked rice, about a small handful, and then little half quarter teaspoon of salt I put in this, and coconut milk, the thick coconut milk with little water, and I'm going to grind this now. Now I've ground the rice, okay, and put in the salt and the sugar, and the consistency you can make out. It is not very thin, not is as thick as dosa batter. To prepare the yeast, so I've got this dry yeast, so I'll take 1 teaspoon. And then little sugar, this activates the yeast, helps, and then little lukewarm water, not hot, lukewarm, and wait for it, stir it, and when it starts rising, the time you drop that mixture into the ground rice and mix well and keep it for about 5-6 hours or till it rises. Now see, the yeast has risen now, so it's good yeast. You can drop it in the batter. If it's not come up, the yeast has not bubbled up, then you know that it's not good. No use adding. You got to start put new one. So fresh batch of yeast you try again till it rises like this. And now mix it well and keep it closed till it rises, and then start frying the appams. Now when do you start this process? You can start it if it's for next morning or afternoon. You can start it in the morning, the previous day morning. Soak the rice, grind it at night, and soak it, and keep it for fermenting for morning use. If it's for same way, if it's for so next evening, then you do it, soak it in the night, grind it in the morning, and then keep it for fermenting for evening use. I'll cover this and keep it in a fairly large container so it doesn't overflow. We'll check the batter. See, it is risen. So what we have done is I've separated an egg from the yellow, the yolk and the white, and beaten up the egg white. I shall drop this into the egg white into this batter and mix well. I kept 2 pans on the stove, and I'm heating them up, and then drop little oil. This is for the egg. You can do this, or you can avoid this and put little oil while frying. What I'm doing is I've got this, so after I fry the egg, then scramble it, put it in that cloth, and then tie it round and use it to wipe um, the pans, appam pan, and then fry the appams. As you can see, I'm frying an egg in the pan, and once it is fried, then I'll put it in that container, in that cloth. So I have tied it up. Now I will drop little oil in this, and then dip this egg bag and apply it to the pan. Now I start frying them. I applied that oil, and so it should be on slow to medium heat, not very. Take a ladle of batter, drop it here, and then turn it around. And then once it is, you keep it back on, and all the batter will start coming down to the middle, and then become crispy in the sides. So we'll close it and keep it. Same thing we'll do with the other pan. Take a ladle, maybe 3/4 because it's a smaller one. And close it. Check this. The appam is ready. Then again apply the egg bag with that oil from there. Put in the next one. Turn it around. Close it. Check the other one. Remove. Put the egg bag again. Drop in the next lot of batter. Turn. Again check. It's done. Remove. The same way, keep frying all the appams. How many you want. If anything remains, you can put in the fridge. And this bag, you can put it in a plastic container, close it, and put it in the freezer. Whenever you want, you can remove the bag, put it in the micro for a few seconds, and defrost it and use it again, or just keep it out for some time and use it again. And yeah, appams.